500 years ago, when Christopher Columbus arrived in America, it took 5 months for the news to reach Spain.
150 years ago, when U.S. President Abraham Lincoln was murdered, it took 2 weeks for the news to get to Europe.
And now it takes just a few seconds to know what's happening almost anywhere.
In the past 100 years, the communication revolution has changed our lives. Radio, television, computers, mobile phones, the internet. We can stay at home and keep in touch with people and events all over the world.
At the center of that revolution is a world-famous organization, which at first used pigeons to carry the news, and now uses the very latest information technology to send video by satellite to 325 television stations in 91 countries.
The name of this organization is well known. It's a name we see in newspapers. It's a name we hear on radio and television. It's the name of a man who in 1851 came to London from Germany to start his news agency, Reuters.
Julius Reuter knew how important it was to be first with the news, and he saw that it was possible to deliver the news faster than ever before by the new electric telegraph.
In 1859, using the new technology, Reuters took just 1 hour to send to London newspapers the words of Napoleon III in Paris.
From then on, the message was clear. Newspapers needed Reuters, and over the years, his agency became more and more successful.
New technology, which was so important to Reuters' business in the 19th century, is also very much a part of that business in the 21st century.
Nowadays, news has become a media industry, with organizations like the BBC and CNN delivering 24-hour news programs around the world. Newspapers are still important, but most people watch the news on television, and that's where Reuters Television comes in.
Working from 80 offices in cities all over the world, Reuters cameramen are always prepared for action, filming news stories and sending the pictures by satellite.
Journalists in London decide which are the most important stories of the day. It's an exciting environment, and there's always something new happening.
When can you get the pictures to us? We need them for the world satellite.
All the stations in Latin America are calling us.
Call him to say we'll have the story on the 2100 satellite feed.
Okay.
What I want to know is, has he got the pictures?
Perhaps we need someone else to cover the story. What do you think?
Both day and night, they're in touch with Reuters offices around the world, speaking to other journalists and the cameramen who work with them.
But here too, things are changing. The telephone, like the electric telegraph, is old technology. Today, it's the age of the computer, and journalists send most messages by email.
That's not the only example of how the computer has changed the way Reuters works. Now, as well as receiving news pictures on their computers, they use special computer software to edit them.
And of course, they also write the story on a computer. Then, with other stories, it's sent by satellite to the television stations of the world.
The amazing fact is all this happens 26 times a day, every day. The news won't wait.
The final push, 15 days to
Bom
go.
dia, governador de São Paulo.
O jornal hoje está começando. Tomasz Listak, witam Państwa. Zaczynamy od fantastycznego wystartu.
Здравствуйте, в эфире ежедневный информационный программ.
So, what of the future?
How will we get the news 50 years from now?
What kind of information technology might we have then?
And will we still know the name of a man who came to London in 1851?